Ladies and gentlemen, over to Shri Baladeva Nitai.
Namaskara. Nana Hasaru Baladev Nitai Bruno Tonelli from Brazil. And Nana Mari Beti Bahala Santoshavaito. Also, I would like to say thank you for Manasi and Raghu from Abhivyakti Trust Cultural Center. For Alliance Francaise, I would like to say merci. It's a great honor to be here. It's a long journey. I am a descendant of the Varna Ashram system, ancient social body that it was here in this planet long time ago. It is described in the Puranas. Actually, I am a son of a musician, so since child music was my life. And I always like to, when I saw a falling star or a happy birthday light, they always ask us for doing a wish. So my wish always was to advance in music, travel over the world, learn about human culture, how the humanity was understanding the life. Because since child I thought life be very precious, very special opportunity to be awakened in a certain species of life or in a certain culture. So I always wish this, and I also wish as a result of this to advance in this comprehension about the highest philosophical and basic questions of the human being, like who am I, where I came from, where I'm going, and what I'm doing here. So when I was 13 years old, my father I got my first band, and my father and my partner's father, they joined together and helped us to record our first album. It was amazing. We were like child, and we were doing our own composition in a rock and roll style, and we were traveling around the country. We were starting to save our own money to the music, really working on it. It was like an enterprise, but we didn't know it. We just want to make music. And my father said, yes, you want to be a composer, right? So you have to study more than only a musician. You want to be creative, you have to see what is there, so you can do something really, bring some contribution to this art. So I never stopped to study. And when I was finishing my college, going to the university, he asked me what if I would do music. Then I said for him that no, I wouldn't do the music. And he said, why? You're born in the music. Why you want to do music? Then I said, I want to do poetry for the music. And I want to go to the deep subjects of the human capacity, the human emotions and mind and thoughts. So I want to go to the philosophy university. It was a shock for my family, but they understood and they helped me. So I went to the university. And then I saw that in the Western philosophy, some link with our eternal relation, our existence was starting to become lost. The philosophy of the West nowadays, it's much more, we can see properly, it's much more in a materialistic way of life, like just do it now, forget tomorrow, you are the best, this kind of things. And an uncle of mine, he came back to my city, and then he asked me, there was a long years that I didn't saw him. So he said, "Are you in the philosophy university?" I said, "Yes." And he asked me, "Did you find what you were looking for?" And I said, "No. I just start to feel something." And then he said, "Okay. Just some years ago, it came from the West, a translation of Eastern philosophy. And in the university in Brazil, not so many people knew about Eastern philosophy. It's always a mystical. It's always connected with the spirituality. It's something about with, something out of this, this world. So it's very difficult. No one could help me." And then he said, "Okay, there is a translation in Brazilian language. Brazilians speak Portuguese. It's a colony of Portugal. There is a version of Bhagavad Gita in your language, Bhagavad Purana, Isha Upanishad. Everything is here now. So I think you should see it." And I said, "Okay." This was in 2006, 13 years back. And then I just got the book. I opened the book. I saw the Sanskrit for the first time. Now the Sanskrit is always in my arms. But in that time, I just saw the alphabet, the letters, and I see, oh, this is very ancient. And I felt it. And then I start to just open the book, like it's a big book. 700 verses from the great Mahabharata. Like, no, just the Bhagavad Gita was very big for us. So I look and I just open and read something about the Jiva, spiritual soul, and then Vaikuntha planets, and then Bhagavan, and then Govinda, and all these mystical, personalities that sometimes was going to the West. In some boards we saw Lord Shiva, and who is this? And then the yoga start to come with Yogananda in the Western countries, and things start to happen there. So I say, oh, this is too much for me. Then I close the book, and after some time, with this instruction of my uncle, I start to read. It was like a seed being planted in my heart, and then starts to grow a kind of devotional tree they call Bhakti Vriksha. And it was true, everything just changed. My life changed completely. And then I wanted to continue in the music, but there was so many things to talk now about these subjects. So for some transcendental arrangement, some results of these activities, I went to the Europe biggest conference in about music, called WOMEX. And there was all the countries to perform and try to do some business and release a new album and be a huge success in the world. A lot of possibilities. Just an Indian producer became our friend and invited us to come. So in 2014, I was realizing the dream of going to India with my band. It was just a dream. We could not imagine how it will happen. And then we went to this festival called World Fest. It was in Lavasa. It happens in Mumbai. So I came, and then I saw the Indian. And then I was looking like I was in Mumbai, Delhi. I wasn't feeling, where is that India, like, where is the tilak? Where is the people worshipping the Lord? Where is, nobody's using dhoti anymore. What is happening? So I become like, I want to go to there is some India here. So the only city I knew in that time that was like a sacred something, it was Lord Krishna's birthplace, Vrindavan. So I said, okay, I'll finish my work. It was the first time in my life that I want my tour in the music to finish. Like I want to do all my work and go directly to there. So I went.